This episode is sponsored by Squarespace. Get a free trial at squarespace.com/forge. Hi Jamie, Alec here. Forgot to let you know I'm dog training for a few days. Can you stand in for me and try and fix the KATAR? Well, I suppose I could give it a go. Can you stand in for me? Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the workshop. This is part 10 of working on an Indian KATAR dagger. On the last episode, I f***ed it up by quenching the blade way too thin. So the blade might be done for. I have some ideas on how we could potentially save it. So first of all, we're going to go into the grinding room and clean up the fullers for the 12th time. So I'm out of the grinding room and I've ground the fullers for the 15th time. I think they're looking quite good. It's a little bit thin in this spot, but other than that, they are perfect. Now the next stage is sadly hand sanding the blade. Now, since I've already hand sanded for 15 minutes on this project, I'm actually going to send it across the world over to Will Stetler for him to hand sand it like the good old days. Jamie, you ready? Will, you did a great job. It looks amazing. Thank you very much for hand sanding the blade. So we've done the fullers, we've done the hand sanding, and now we need to tackle the warp in the blade. Now you may remember a couple of videos ago I spoke about the workmanship of risk. I read it in a book that my father gave me when I was young, but the basic premise of it is when you mess something up, you can just say it's artistic. And so what we're going to do is we're going to just take this crinkly blade and we're going to make the whole thing crinkly. And we're going to pretend that it was supposed to look crinkly and nice and organic and artistic in its nature. So I'm going to heat it up and use some pliers to bend and warp and twist the metal and give it a really nice botch job. I mean, really nice finish, and then the blade will be done. But first I'm gonna have some lunch and do a little dog training. Crazy speak. Crazy speak. Crazy paw. Oh, you're a useless dog. Yogo, can you stop eating my bloody pizza? I'm the best dog trainer in the world. The best dog trainer in the world. Best dog trainer in the world. Best dog trainer in the world. Oh crap, I was recording. Jamie, make sure you don't put that clip in there, please. Right, so that's turned out very well actually. As you can see, it's got this beautiful crinkle right the way down it. It looks exactly like a crinkle cut fry. That's exactly what I was looking for. I think all around this Watchamadoo looks fabulous and I'm pretty pleased with it. And so that's the blade finished. We're gonna let this cool down, and while we're waiting for that, we're actually gonna go back to working on the handle. Now if we go back and look at the original design, you'll see that there's these little grabby parts to hold your hand onto. We haven't made these yet, and so they are the final component that we need to get done so that we can assemble a KATAR and have it finished finished so that we can start work on the next project. Now, really, I would have turned these handles in the lathe, but because I don't treat my machinery very well, I have forgotten to put oil in it and it has seized. But I had a brilliant idea and I've ordered some things to help. Now, I don't want to blow my own trumpet, but I think this is quite genius. You see, these are candelabras, and you'll notice that the stem is very similar in shape to the original design of the handle we need. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to measure the width that we need for the handle, mark it out on here, cut these out. So I've got these cut to shape and they look pretty good, but I bought them in solid gold. I don't actually want them solid gold, they didn't have them in Damascus, so I spent $8,000 on them. But it's okay because we're actually going to make these look like Damascus. Just shake well before use. Come on! I think that should do. So by spraying this silver, we have replicated the light color of the Damascus pattern, which is the R2D2 steel. It's the high carbon steel. But for it to look like Damascus, we need the darker steel, which is the C3PO steel. It's a low carbon, and the way that we're going to replicate that is with one of these special Damascus steel pens, which are called a sharp eye. And so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to draw some random wiggly lines to make it look authentic, like this is real Damascus steel. Right, so we've got the handles done. They look absolutely amazing. You wouldn't be able to tell the difference between this and real Damascus. Anyway, we've ground the fullers, we've hand sanded the blade, we've given the blade a nice crinkle cut edge, and we've made our handles, so now all there is left to do is the assembly. Now, since everything we've done so far on this project has been absolutely historically accurate, we're going to continue that tradition with the old Indian method of bonding. Now, I may be pronouncing this incorrectly, but they called it toyulg, if I'm incorrect. Basically, it's a sticky white substance that comes in a rod like this. Traditionally, you have to be heated up in a bowl and then poured into the orifice for the blade to then go in and set. However, in modern days, you can use toyulg just in a regular old hot glue gun. And so that's what we're going to do. We're going to assemble the KATAR and it's going to be magnificent. So we got the KATAR finished. I'm absolutely thrilled with how this thing looks. Last episode, everything went so wrong, and in this episode, everything went perfectly. I couldn't be more happy with the finish of this thing. It might actually be my favorite piece I've ever made. Just before we go though, I forgot to mention that the grinders that we sell at the Alec Steele Co. are so good that you would never accidentally grind a blade too thin and ruin it in the quench ever again if you use one. Right now I've got a Ted Baker on here, but you could use any belt really, you know, a Sainsbury's, a Marks and Spencer's, even a Walmart belt would be absolutely fine. So go and check them out. And let's thank today's sponsor. A website can be a fantastic tool to promote yourself and show the world what you're all about. Squarespace is an all-in-one website building platform which I absolutely love. With countless themes that scale effortlessly from mobile to PC, you can make a website that looks just as good as an Alec Steele video. They've got tons of features like Squarespace scheduling, which is great for me. I can book appointments to teach people how to be the second or third best dog trainer in the world. The Squarespace member areas, which let you lock exclusive content behind a paywall. The Squarespace email marketing, if you want to bombard your fans with countless photos of your dog that nobody cares about, you can do it with Squarespace. Or if you want to sell signed photos of your face or extremely overpriced bottle openers, you can sell unlimited things with Squarespace. Go to squarespace.com/Forge. You'll get a 14-day free trial, and when you love it, you can use code FORGE to get 10% off your first purchase. Thank you very much for watching this video. I hope you've enjoyed it. I'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye.